Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Hope everybody is doing well. And you may be asking why I'm standing over here. Or maybe you're not. Maybe it doesn't matter. I am practicing walking around in fixed third person. No, I'm not. Not really. So, I need to update some storage. And we're going to do that today. I'm going to bang my head a little bit. So we're going to do that today, and that's why you're all here. To help me, or keep me company while I expand the storage. So let's just take a zoom back into a normal view and see what I'm talking about. So here we are. So first, before I get downstairs, which is this storage unit was just supposed to sort the stuff that comes out of here. This is a moss form. So pale moss, green moss, yada yada yada. So it was only supposed to do that. Well, then I added this. And it sorts this as well. Every time I harvest this, it goes through there. Then I added the bee farm. And the bee farm drops honeycombs. It must be nighttime outside. Drops honeycombs, and they all go down here, and they go that way. So that got added. And then I've got this melon farm and pumpkin farm right here, which does the same thing. It's going to grow, it's going to go down this river, blah, blah, blah. Then I added, well, the cactus farm had been here, but it wasn't automated. I mean, it was an automated farm, but it wasn't like automated, like it wasn't dropping stuff in where I needed it. So instead of having a chest down there, and you can see I blocked that off with cobblestone, now it just kind of travels in and joins the thing here. There goes some watermelons right there into the storage system. But so that started to overload it. So me, being who I am, decided I was just going to overload it more. So I've got these two automated farms, one for bamboo and the other for sugarcane. So you can see these chests are empty because yesterday I decided to connect those. They go through this wall back here and hit that hopper system down there. They skipped the whole top part. So as you can see, that's just moss right now, and a lot of this stuff I've composted, but you can see I'm starting to get a lot of extra stuff over here. Some of it's over here too, not in that one particularly, but you know, I've got some stuff all over the place over here. And then we've got stuff that gets backed up in here. So I'm going to have to add at least one more golem to this area right here. To do that, I've already added two over here. As a matter of fact, I may not need to add two more. I think that's the only reason why it's backed up is because I was running that moss machine yesterday. So it's gonna create quite a bit of stuff, and they're gonna drop it in here. It's all gonna end up over here. Then I'll end up composting it. So this used to be a wall right here. I cleared it out. Now I had to stop. I can't take this level off because I have redstone on top of this up here. The redstone controls my lamps in the sector. So I have to be careful because I do not want to rewire them, and I don't have a lot of space to work. So these lamps right here, the redstone is underneath the moss and the path. So we want to keep everything without having to do any extra redstone or anything like that, and without raising or lowering the level out here, because I really like the way it looks. It's coming along really great. So let me just go ahead and throw my armor on so I have some extra protection. So what I did is I just went one space down, which will kind of help because I have to come an extra down. I am going to go ahead and just leave this chest here for no other reason that is I just don't really feel like moving it. It doesn't make sense to move it. I'll just add the hopper to the bottom here and just flow it down this way into the first one. So then we'll have our copper chest collection, and we are still going to use copper golems instead of rewiring all this down here. So the goal is first is to get the copper golems in here, which I've already made quite a few and let them oxidize because they're easy to maneuver around that way. I don't quite have enough treasure chests, but that's something I can remedy pretty easy. And we're just going to, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the floor. I want everything to look uniform, kind of the way I have it over here. It's mainly just cobblestone, but I'll use cobblestone and stone. We'll get all that taken care of, get this diorite out of here. Then we're going to build... Okay, sorry about that. You may have missed what I said. My controller just lost connection, so it kind of went a little wonky and started just walking me in a... It's done that a couple times. I may have to get a new controller at some point. But... So what we got, it's going to be similar setup to this. I may only do 8 chests per, but I may do 9. I really only have 3 items to sort over here. But I'm going to move some of this stuff over here. Like, I'm going to make this entire thing honey. Pumpkins and watermelons are going to get their own thing instead of just this one. So this is all just going to be, like, honey over here. Probably leave the honey bottles, because I don't see me ever filling that up. But, and then just make these 8 the honeycombs. And then we'll move all this over here. It's going to be a lot easier to deal with, and then I'm going to clean everything up, and we're going to make it look pretty, and block moss from upstairs, and we should be, we should be rolling. I need to fix this. It's fine the way it is. But before we get started, let's take a tour around. Since the last time you saw this, we were just working on Angel Coin and I were working on the interior, and I built part of the wall. So basically right here, this was our bee farm. I wanted to kind of encapsulate that, kind of put these on the side to make it kind of look like a little, like almost like a honeycomb. If you squint your eyes and use your imagination, it kind of looks like a honeycomb. Now I'd say about a week or so ago, I did cover up my melon farm just with things, and you can see it's just right there. It's either carpet or it's just been covered with moss, and that's just so I can make it look better. Also, what I did is went ahead and cut a hole right here so I can continue this wall. That may be done later this week. It may be done today. I don't know. It's not something I'll do on stream because it's extremely boring. And then I finished this wall, which is going to block, this is Sector 8. It's going to block it from, well, Sector 7, which will be right here, which is where all the fun's going to happen. Sector 5, 6, and 7 are going to be the 3 main sectors. The other sectors are basically just, those are going to be more, those 3 sectors are going to be more like, they're not as functional. They're just going to be more like ambiance and everything. I put a border around 3 sides of the central tower here. That way I can get the train system started. Nothing's really changed over here. Now Angel Coin built some cool stuff over here. So we're going to go take a look at that. And go up the steps, because it's the easiest way to get over. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, shit. I didn't realize I'd just jump off the side of that. I'm probably going to build some, like, a more natural kind of formation, kind of going up there, maybe against the wall or something, so people can walk up on top. And we're going to build some houses and stuff on the top. This side, how did I walk? Really? Is it because... Huh. Well, that's something I didn't know I could do. But anyway. So yeah, we'll end up building up here as well because I want this tunnel hidden. The best way to do it, build on top of it and build on the sides of it. So this tunnel being the main entrance to the central complex. One of these days I will get around to finishing it, but Angel finished her little warehouse build over here. It is very cool. As you can see, it's a pretty good size build. We're going to be connecting some of these buildings here on the top. We're not going to build too much up here because I don't want it to get too close to that, but I do have some new rules for this, and we're going to talk about that real quick as soon as we're done with our little tour. And so you can kind of see she got that, and then she built this cool, she started building this cool apartment complex. I'm digging it. She got this little house right here, so she is, and she built it right up snug with the wall, which is perfect. I love that. I love it when things get, when we maximize our space. This area is supposed to be cramped. Now, we did dig up some moss right here. She's probably going to cover that with normal stuff, but if not, I'll just come back through with some moss and stuff, and we'll fix that. So, okay. So let's head outside because I've been working on something, and I want you all to see it. So, I know that the outside of this has to be terraformed because I didn't want it to just look like Minecraft and then there's a big round city in the middle of it. I want it to look like this place organically is spreading, like, you know, Shinra's taking all the energy from the planet in there, and it's kind of seeping out and destroying the areas around it. So I decided to do some terraforming out here. Now, I did a lot of this on stream, but for y'all guys that didn't see it, you can see here that it's gonna starts with the pale moss, very similar to outside, and then it kind of goes into the bluish color here. Now, I'm probably going to make some cyan concrete and mix in with here just to create a little bit of texture difference. I do like the way it looks, but... And then here we have some of the stuff that hadn't been taken over yet that you can see the blue is starting to creep into it. I built this tree. Don't ask me why I used so many berries. I just like the way it looks. I like the way that the prismarine looks on top of it because it glows. It changes color. I redid the bridge. It's no longer sandstone, so it's more akin to what we would see in this area. As you come over here, we did some terraforming in the front here. No more walls, no more sandstone. And then something I'm proud of, and I saw this. I'm not going to take the credit for it because I saw Grian do this on Hermitcraft, and I enjoyed it. I thought it looked good. He did it on a much bigger scale than me, but this is going to be expanded all around this area right here. So you can see I started out with some birch, then I went to some spruce, and at the very bottom is dark oak, and then at the very, very bottom, I put skulk in. And why did I do that? Because of the illusion that this area is much deeper than it actually is, and the big thing is I don't have to throw lights down there to keep stuff from spawning. I can use lights up in these wooded areas, which will be like kind of simulating like a beach kind of theme, but it looks so good from up top. So let's tell you what, it's starting to get dark, so we'll go in here. And we'll find a bed to snooze in real quick. So yeah, this is the hallway. This will be the main entrance, and this is going to be brought to life eventually, but it's double thick, so I can get some things in there. And we're going to take a look at one thing. I'm going to reveal a few of my plans real quick so we know what's going on. Every time I log into this game, I come up with more plans what to do with Midgar. Of course, I want it to be as accurate as possible. I want it to look good. I want it to be a center point for the server. And this is turned into a community project. Angel Coin and Gibbro is helping out. Gibbro is constructing some farms. That's going to make it easier to use my bartering farm, things like that. So you can see right here. So let's take a look at this area right here. So you can see all this. My original plan was to expand this out in that circle, and this would be where we build the main area of Midgar. The upper plate people live here. This is where all the fancy buildings are going to be, all the cool shops and everything, and the roads. But I got to thinking, because I need to build a service area underneath here that has lights and things like that, the big floodlights that they use. And a big part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, not my favorite chapter in the world, but it's where you have to travel above one of the sectors to get to where you need to go, and to do that you're on the under part of the plate. So I was like, well, how can I do that without limiting our space down there more than I've limited it? I left myself 10 blocks of room, but now what I've decided to do, because building up, it's not going to be an issue. Building down's the issue, right? So you see where this platform is right here, this block right here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks, which is plenty enough room to do what I need to do. This is going to be double layered. So instead of using bricks, I'm going to probably mine all those out and put some grading in, maybe some orange glass, everything, kind of make it look. And there'll be holes in it, so there'll be places to walk around. But then the very top, which is the foot of this, is going to be the main entrance for, it's going to be the main Midgar. So Midgar is going to be 8 blocks higher. And this area right here will be my service area, where the trains will come through as well. And then we can start our actual Midgar build up here at the top. So we're working from the bottom up. One thing I did notice is, because the circle I used is so big that you can tell I am in the center right here. If I look straight out where those blocks are, that's the actual center. So you can see the issue. At some point, I got 3 blocks off. Probably around one of these circles where I miscounted, or I had to get up for a second. That's not going to be an issue. It is not, because my plan is to have the trains be 5 long. So if we look at, this is our starting point, this would be the center. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we may make them 6 long, or 7. Yeah, they may be 7 long. I think we can do 7 and be good. So if we did 7 and we started, like, we centered it here, right? So we go 1, 2, 3 this way, and we go 1, 2, 3 this way. This is all of a sudden centered now where the train is. It's going to be a little different at the end, but I think we can make it work if I decide to do that. I may not. By the time we get up, this circle's so big you're not going to be able to see it all anyway, unless you look at the top. So I can pretty much do anything I want down here, because this is all going to be covered. I'm not sure if the train's going to go here or on the upper, but I do have to get to the reactor some way. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So let's get back down here so I can get started. It's a little too far to drop for me. And then let's get started on... I do like the view from up here. In hindsight, I probably built a little too close to that ice biome over there, but it's not gonna affect us too much. There's not a lot you can do with terraforming that. It just snows and turns to ice anyway, so we'll get something nice over there. It's like cool over there that it won't matter too much. So let's go down our little shortcut for now until we decide that we're going to change it. Oh, and this door's, yeah, this door, I've decided that I'm not putting a door here. Um, it's going to be somewhere else. So I'll figure that out at another point. Probably do it around the center of the build, or maybe where like you have to sneak in by going underground and coming up in one of these buildings. I don't know, but we're not. I don't think I want to leave that there because it's kind of, well, unless I could just, because this whole hallway is going to be filled with stuff at some point. So this is going to be all the where all the controls are for different sectors. So like this one controls the lights here. So if you flip it twice, you'll see that the lights have turned off, and if you flip it twice again, they come back on. That will be replaced with a button at some point. I leave it a lever right now because it's necessary for me to be able to add new light fixtures. And all the lights appear to be working. Alright, so let's get down here to our storage system and get started. Now, do I want to run the moss farm? I feel like I do. I feel like I want to run the moss farm while this is all going on. So let me grab some bone meal. And then throw it in here. We're not going to be too far away from it, so it should... there was already a lot of bone meal in it. Okay. And it's not really green moss that I need, it's the other stuff. Like, I don't need green moss and green carpet, but I do need azalea bushes. So, of both variety. So we're going to run it for those. And then... that's also going to produce some bone meal for us, too. And... and we're not, I don't think I'm going to run the bone meal through my sorter at any point. Even though I probably could. Just take it in here and let them drop it off over here. Go through the whole system. I think I'm just going to do it this way. So let's grab some supplies. Building supplies, which I don't have. I could have, oh, there they are. I was about to say I could have sworn. Oops, there's some more chests. I'm going to need all the chests I can get. Those there. And so we're gonna start with the floor first. Looks like I have more stone than cobblestone. That's fine. So let's get started on getting the floors where I want them. And we'll get to work. Now I have to be careful. There is a big cave system underneath this build. The curse, it's been the bane of my existence the entire time. Alright. So we'll probably see it a couple times. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, it's already starting to be a pain in the butt. That may not be the last time that happens, but hopefully it will be. And I'm not too concerned about the walls right now. I'm just gonna go around the floor and basically just pick up anything that's not stone. I'm pretty happy. I don't mind leaving the stone down and just filling in some spots with some cobblestone. Just give it a little bit of texture. I don't really care. As long as it's uniform. So I've already put some cobblestone here. Now I will tell you that underneath this, that's where that cave system is. So we're just gonna boom, boom, boom. Okay. I know I'm not using a shovel, but you know what? It's fine. Wait, is that andesite? That is it. No, that's... Is that... That's wool. Unless I grabbed that by accident. Okay. Huh. Let's get that out so I don't use that again. Why do I have wool? Oh, I had wool for something completely different. Okay. Okay. That, I remember now. It's all coming back to me. So why am I not grabbing a shovel and shoveling this stuff up? Because I am terrible with an efficiency. Well, anything above efficiency, like a regular shovel. Especially working in these close quarters, and just, I don't have to worry about the durability when I do this. Like, this stuff's pretty easy to break anyway, so I'm not too concerned about it. I got some granite there, but I'm not really concerned about getting the granite. Okay. That's the thing when you use a lot of Silk Touch, you pretty much don't ever get cobblestone anymore. But, okay. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, it's just, I'm gonna have to put some slabs down here. Because I want it to be like a step down. So, not in craftsmanship, but a step down in, you know, physical step down. Because I do need this area here, so... I think... Yeah, I want to keep... Because I can always go over some more if I need to. And then I'm going to put the step right here. So I can just... We'll do a slab here. And we'll do 1, 2... We'll do 3 slabs here. So let's get some slabs ready. I mean, I could do stairs, but I don't know. For some reason, I like slabs better. So put a slab here. And then we're going to line it up right here. So 1, 2, and go ahead and put one right here for 3. Because I am going to have my first row of chests basically be on this side. So the idea is the stuff to travel this way around so we get back over here. And our chest, our overflow chest will be over here, right? Somewhere over here. Or we may go ahead and stretch it across and have the overflow chest be on the other side. I don't think I want to do that until I'm ready to, if I have to expand it. But we're going to try to create as much storage as possible for this area. So let's get started. So first thing I need to do is figure out where... some hoppers. I don't have that many. Let's get this out of the way. Now do I want... Because nothing's ever gonna get backed up into here. Well, it might. It might. if enough stuff goes through. Or it could be a place where I like, if I know that there, if I know there's something that's only going to be sort of this side, it's a place where I can drop that off. So yeah, let's do that. So let's figure out. So 1, 2. Let's put a temporary block down. Okay. And boom. Now all that stuff should be leaking out of that. Yep, that's what it's doing. So. We'll go ahead and keep the temporary blocks out. Let me grab stone or something, throw right back here. Okay. You know, I'm going to need more cobblestone because the rest of this interior is done in cobblestone, so I do want to kind of... I'm not as concerned about the floor, but I am concerned about everything else. So I know I've got a bunch of cobblestone out here. There's a stack of cobblestone. I'm going to need a bunch. So whatever I have out here, I'm going to take. Alright, I think that's probably good enough. Now every so often I will need to go up there and check the, these guys are going to be pretty busy. So, okay, so we got this. Now, let's set some chests up. I want this to come around this way. Because I want the wall to... I want there to be a wall right here. So... they need to be... So, actually, this first chest probably needs to be... Bear with me, guys. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Now, all that moss should be right there. So this is the orientation. Okay. And we're going to have to raise the platform up on this golem. Because I need to have access to my chest from floor level, and I don't want to, like, you know, have to, like, get it from the floor. So let's put a temporary block here. No, it doesn't need to be a temporary block. It just needs to be whatever block I'm going to use. It's going to be covered, so we'll just use stone. Two. So this should cover all the treasure chests. Oh wait, we got... yeah, that's right. We'll need one for this end. Okay. We'll do 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Just like it is over there. And these are facing to the right. So these would be facing to the right. So we go boom, boom. And then these all need to be 1 pin, 1 pin, 1 pin, There we go. I don't like the way this looks, but I'll have to fix that. And then right here on top of this, we can simply cover that with that. Let's go ahead and get the front kind of fixed here. And we need some, you know, we'll just use a concrete slab here, or stone slab. Okay, so that will still open. And then we'll have to do, I have to mirror this side over here. We'll have to do, because I think that's a, yeah, those are slabs and those are full. So we'll go boom, boom. Boom, boom. We need to go ahead and then we'll put let's drop this back where it goes. And we're gonna make some cobblestone slabs. Yeah, oh, you know what? I'm gonna make 2 stairs real quick. Okay, 4 stairs, whatever. And the reason why is because I'm gonna fix this while I'm thinking about it. This is gonna bug me forever if I don't fix it. Oh, much better. Okay. Got that, so let's put our slabs up here. Okay. Those will be, so to keep them from dropping anything in here, actually, you know what, I'm not gonna put anything in there until I'm for sure that's what I want to do. So we got, so we're gonna come back. Okay, so we want, and then we need this guy to be able to reach the top chest here. So basically what we'll have to do is something like this. Okay. Because we want him to reach the top chest. So we're gonna have to expand this out. Because we don't want him to, we also don't want him to get, and he should be able to see this chest, open it, and then he can get that. So what we don't want is him to get on top of this chest. That's the reason for all of this. We don't want him on top of those chests. He should be able to go up here, reach these chests just fine. That he is going to come when he realizes that all the chests are full. Right? He's going to come back here. Because this will be the farthest chest that he has. As a matter of fact, I'm only going to give him one way to walk. And so this is the last chest he'll see, and he will drop it, because he's going to check these first, and this will be the last one. And this chest right here will have our hopper going to the next group, which, you know, I guess I could just have it go across here, so I could do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I could do that. I may do that. I'm trying to squeeze as much in here as possible in as small a space as possible. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and put the block here. Now the issue with golems And this is one thing that does bother me to no end, and it's a problem I'm having in the Nether right now. In my farm there, is that they can see any part of that green chest or that copper chest, they're going for it, whether you want them to or not. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this chest here. And we'll go into it right there. So if we test this, we can just drop that concrete slab right there, and it should end up in this chest. I always like to test to make sure things are going where they need to be. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any issues with this right here, but you know, once I get a copper golem in there, there'll probably be more issues than I know what to deal with, because sometimes, like I said, they can be sort of a pain in the ass to deal with. Alright, so I believe I was using lanterns for the interiors here. Yes, I do need to go grab some lanterns. Maybe I'll just go make some lanterns. That'd probably be good. I don't want copper lanterns. I want regular lanterns. I am so running out of... Well, I've got torches in my hand. I can always make more. I am so running out of iron. I'm just going to have to go back to spawn and just hang out at the... just hang out so I can... Oh my gosh, it uses ingots. I'm an idiot. Okay. How come nobody told me? Alright. We'll start with 7. I'll come back and make more if I need to. Yeah, I may have to go hang out at that copper farm. And then, while I'm up here, I'm just going to go ahead and grab the rest of this bamboo. I'm going to make some chest with it, and then... once we do that, we're going to get some... And we're going to leave some of this stuff in here, so take that with me. Drop some of this in a composter here. I mean, I hear the composter working, so yeah, I was about to say, I'm assuming this is still working just fine, but here. Drop this back in here. At some point I am going to label all this stuff. But probably not today. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to go ahead and get some concrete slabs down and get this ceiling kind of fixed. Or cobblestone, whatever. But first things first, we're going to take a lantern and we're just going to hang it. Somewhere kind of out of the way so we get a light source in here. And then we can take our slabs and do our roofing. We want to go ahead and come out least there. That's gonna have to be there. Because once again, you don't want the copper idiots to be on top of that. And then... well, I can't put anything right there yet, so... this, and then... yeah, I could still reach him right there, so he won't be able to get out to me. So we're going to do that, and then as per the usual, I'm probably... oh wait, I gotta anti-dumbify this too. I used a lot of glass doing this before. But I don't think I have any glass over here. I kind of want to keep it... you see I've got these little work areas here where I can see inside. Make sure everything is working okay. So I kind of want that access again. So I'm going to have to take... and grab some glass. I shouldn't need but a couple of stacks, but I'm gonna go back to my main storage real quick and turn that off because this chunk will despawn and break that if I'm not careful. We'll go grab a few stacks of glass, and I shouldn't need any more than like 2 stacks for this. If not, then I'll grab some sand and smelt it away. I use so much glass building this tower. like so much glass. So okay, that's every color I don't need. We'll go ahead and get 3 stacks. So let me... I did not notice I did that. I will take care of it when I get to building over there. Go ahead and start this back again. got that. This first one will go there, and then, like I said, I want to like keeping tabs on these guys, making sure they're working. Let me drop this ender chest right here. Probably need something out of it at some point, and right now it's just in my way. Okay, have a little area that I can watch. So I can't see it from this way. What's this? Did I put stairs here? I did. I put stairs there for no reason other than I just put stairs there. There we go. I need to be able to see him. No, I want my cobblestone back. So, there. Now, there's one of the storage units. So, let's see. I'm gonna need some honey. I'll need an axe, which means I need to grab this. And I need a golem. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure that I put some things in here that I need him to sort. So what I'm going to do is we'll do... I'm thinking. I think I definitely want to do honey. I do. I want to do honey. So let me take one of these out and throw it over here for now. I'm gonna take this. That way we can just make sure that, and we'll put the we'll do watermelon, 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 pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. And then we'll leave the bottles here. Yeah, I like that. So we're gonna go. And all this is just going to be honey because I get a lot of it. And the more sections I could just give to one item, the better off this section will be. Okay, honey, 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 and honey. Oof, so guess what we're gonna drop in there real quick. We'll just pick up as much honey as possible. I know there's moss in there right now, but we're just gonna go ahead and kind of get this. Holy hell. Oh, we're putting that guy to work. Actually, I'm just gonna manually transfer it over from behind me here. Because I think there's enough honey to be on in there as it is. So we already dropped a little bit more in there while I was doing this. So the faster I can get it out of here, the better off we'll be. Alright, now, and there should be, yes, there's moss and honey in there. So we got, honey is going on all 5 of these. So let's go ahead and activate this guy. And we'll wax him. Check the chest. Pick up some stuff. Alright. He is working. Just make sure he does everything he's supposed to. He's going to check all 4. He's going to check the first 3 chests. Move over. Good. He's reaching all the chests. And he is on rails, so he's just going to walk right over here. He'll drop that sucker in. Let's make sure he knows what he's doing here. All right, pick up some honeycomb. And he should drop in that first chest. Cool. Alright, and then we should have... I love it when a plan comes together. And drop this axe off right here and get started on our next little thing. So we've got well, I need to finish this. And we want again, that gives me the ability to make sure he's doing his job. So now he's in his permanent workspace. And now we need to do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can only do 4 here. But that's fine, because I think right here is where I'm going to put my chorus fruit and flowers, because I don't farm those as much anymore. I probably will need to farm some more when I start working on getting inrods and stuff together. But right now I'm just it's just kind of at a standstill because it's kind of a pain, actually. So to do that stuff, and there will be 2, so we're gonna go fruit, 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 and then the last 2 will be the flowers. But I'll do that once I get the layout done. So he's also going to need, that will work, but that's not what I wanted. He is also going to need a way to get up. Now, starting with the next one, we won't have to do this. We're all going to put the next ones at floor level, because like I said, I just want to come through here and get this wall out here. That's the exterior wall, and we're going to go boom. Oh, wait. I have to be able to see these guys work. If you ever build anything with copper golems, make sure that you have an area in which you can see them work. Otherwise, it will... So there's our... That is not our track. We need to break this open. Okay. And he needs to come back here. And I think I want this last chest to be right here. So we want to, the whole point is we want to use as much space as we can, as little space as we can to do this with. So he's going to go up and around. He's going to hit these 8, and then he's going to just go right here, and then he's going to be done. Just a little round the way here. Pew, pew, pew. And then he's good to go. And we're going to go ahead, and we're going to put glass, because I need a lantern. I know it probably looks like I'm putting too much light in here, but the last thing I want to do is for something to freaking spawn in here. That would irritate me to no end. And we're going to put it... Ooh, I need to put a roof in is what I need to do. Did I do slabs over here? I think I did, didn't I? Well, I know I need to put slabs right here. Boom, 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 boom. I need to fill in this. do a lantern right there. It won't be blocking anything. And once again, these things have to be completely encased because stuff happens. And we're just going to put a slab on top of this for now. I don't know. We may come back and change this, but this is really just... Oh, well, I don't guess I need this here because I'm not going to be able to see inside anyway. Because once again, I don't need this fella. Okay, that's cool. So same as well. First let's go ahead and put our copper golem in there. We're not gonna activate him yet because I gotta put some stuff in here. So we want to use these 4 for pumpkins. Watermelon, watermelon, water. Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. So let's grab some pumpkins and go ahead and start pumpkifying this up. Pumpifying, pumpkinfying this up. And there's a lot of coarse fruit in there. And now I don't have to have anything on the floor. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to look better. Just in general. Alright, so I'll throw these in here. Like I said, I don't get too many chorus flowers. I feel like I only want the... You know, I get a lot more chorus fruit than chorus flowers, so we'll do that. Let's do... sign here. No, not an item frame in an item frame. That's weird. And we'll do... Where's mine? Go bam. Make chorus flower here. And then the other one will go here. That on it. And let's just grab a bunch of coarse fruit over here. drop these in because, like I said, I always like to test systems out. And drop some in there. And you should have coarse flowers. Perfect. Yeah, okay. Let me do something real quick to make my life a little easier doing this. It's just the boring part of doing what we're doing right now is just moving items over. And I'm not even sure this is... Actually, no, this is fine. This is fine. Actually, what I want to do, I should be filling those one at the ends up first, because that's going to actually speed up the whole process. Alright, that one's empty, that one's empty. Yeah, I should be filling these up first, because these are the last ones that they get to, and you kind of want the... Golems are good sorters, but they are very slow, you know? So you'll do anything you can to get them to speed up a little bit. Empty, 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 not empty. Yes, I know that clearing out my inventory may make it easier to... a little faster to get this stuff in there, but you know what? You do what you do, and I'll do what I do. It helps me keep track of it a little better. And we're really going to test the system here. We're just going to drop all of these into this chest right here and let them start. Oh. Where's the honey at? I know I just moved a bunch of it. Where? Okay. Get my axe back. And I'm gonna need a block to put down as soon as I get that guy activated and waxed. I'm never gonna get to him now. Uh... There we go. Alright, I'm going to take a short break. I will be right back. Alrighty. Decided to make me a little bit of coffee and... Alright. And putting these everything so tight, it does like protect the usage of like hoppers and stuff like that. Which is kind of nice. so we got that. Now we're gonna line up the chest here, and I think we're gonna do the 1-2-2-2 pattern. Or maybe we should do. No, I think we'll do this. Did I miscount chest up here? Please tell me I didn't. No, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 and 9. And let's see. Grab some cobblestone. Okay, why do you do that? Well, it's easy. It's to keep these iron golems or these copper golems from going places you don't want them to go. And if given a chance, they will go where you don't want them to go. And it is extremely annoying when they do. Okay, so we got them. He will not need. This guy's not gonna need. He just needs a path. Well, because we can go 1, 2, 3. I mean, I could wrap it back on itself, but I feel like I need to keep expanding it out this way. Think. Yeah, 'cause that'd be easy. I just put it right here, and boom, it just goes over here, and then goes. So I get this, and drop that last chest over here. It goes in this way, which means it would stop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So minus 94. So let's go over to minus 94 on this side, see what this looks like. And it would be nice if monsters didn't spawn down here. Okay. So I think we're good there. I think we're good to go back this far, but I don't want to go any further than that. So we'll clear that stuff out in a second. So let's just, because I want to make sure I don't need to go back any further, because I will have to go back further over here. Let's go ahead and... And we're going to... I should have access back here, but... And just the thing is, you always want your chests that they're gonna overflow at least off the floor, at least one. That way they can just drop in a dropper, and you don't have to do anything fancy with with anything else. You can just, just simple as. I don't know which way I want that dropper to go right now. Hold on a second. Are things coming over here? Good, things are coming over here. Perfect. Okay. So this chest will have to set like this. Yeah, some people be maybe wondering what my thinking is here, but you'll see. You'll see. Oh, I can't do that right there because he's going to check that chest. Okay. He's going to check that chest. So really, I need this chest right here. So we can drop and go that way. And... we got that, blocking that. And we're going to put our lantern right there. Yeah, I want these completely blocked off, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw another slab up there. Yeah, I felt like I forgot something. Actually, I think I want this here. That's much better. Yep. And that's going to keep this ceiling the same height, roughly. You know, I could just put a trapdoor over there and use that frog light, too. Yeah, I may do that. Let me go out here and grab a copper trapdoor. Don't. Yeah, I definitely want it to be copper. If I have a copper trapdoor out here. If not, I'll use a different one. Really? Okay, so I don't have any copper trapdoors, so let me go make some. Probably should have did that in the first place. Oh shoot. I keep forgetting. I gotta check. I gotta be checking this. I get carried away and I forget about other stuff. Because this is probably out of bone meal. Oh yeah, it's 100% out of bone meal. Make sure my guys are working. Why are you standing there, you weirdo? Well, maybe that's why I never have any copper doors. Okay. Or copper trapdoors. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring this down a little. Okay, well, let's go. Grab me a copper golem. Okay. Alright, so do this transfer a little bit different because I got to go a lot further this time. Oops. Not that. I keep those two things on me. But the rest of the stuff can just... So I think now we're going to move to... let's go ahead and move the cactus. Ooh, I need an item frame. I am going to need an item frame. How do you make item frames? we can do all that at the end, but let's see how these guys are doing in here. Okay, we're getting a little backed up. We're getting a little backed up. That's fine, though. That's fine. You know what I could do is try to get rid of all this crap right here. Which means I'm gonna need to stop this for a little bit. I got enough stuff to be working on right now, so let's get that system cleared out a little bit. This has been running quite a while, and imagine, yeah, we're almost completely full here, so... No, 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 no. Please, I don't want to kill you. Okay. Alright, so now he's gonna check all those. Now this will be easy. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, I didn't need to open it up that much, but oh, I guess I need to let me finish what I was working on. Let's see. So we're gonna need some slab, this, need some stone. Yep, that's lost. I'm not going in there to get it. There we go. And we're going to go boom, boom. And just try to keep with the same kind of thing we're doing here. Left my glass over here. Don't worry, I'll get everything back in my inventory. Like I had it. And we'll do glass. Glass. A little observation room right there. And then this. Yeah. You know, I need more cobblestones, so I am going to grab a different pickaxe. Let's see, something without... Yeah, we'll use this one, because it does not have Silk Touch on it. Okay, so let's clear out... That is a thunderstorm, and I need to sleep, because if not, my guys are going to turn into witches. Hopefully that didn't strike too close to that. That's one thing that's really annoying, is when all your villagers die, because a witch gets in there. I've been pretty lucky so far. I've only caught a couple in there, but it'd be extremely annoying. So but I should probably go check it and take care of any issues before they kill all my villagers. I left a hole in the wall right here. Are any of you witches? Assuming no, since nobody's attacking me. Yeah. Witches are pretty easy to spot anyway. Those guys should take care of them if they're worth their weight. I think we're good. God, why you guys gotta be all clustered up over here? And I'm out of chest. I guess we're done for the day. Ugh. Nope, I'm out. I'm gonna have to make some more hoppers too. Alright. The quest for chest. Let's see. I think do I have some in my chest box over here? I thought I did, but I may not. I know I'm out of wood. 5 chests. That ain't gonna cut it, bro. We're gonna need to... head upstairs and grab some more. I guess I could just run my wood farm, but... oh, good. Okay. Almost, speaking of which, I thought I left my moss farm running, but I didn't. I turned it off a little bit ago. I'm just going to go up here and just grab a bunch of cherry wood, since I don't really use that for anything right now. Create a bunch of that. See if I have any hoppers up here, and some iron. So, iron. Ooh, I've got a lot of iron up here. Okay, we'll take all of it. And do I have any hoppers? Yeah. But, treasure chest, that's a big no there. So, cherry. Where did I put the cherry? Oh, I guess this would be it. Yeah, I don't really use the cherry for anything, so it will. And do I have chests up here? I feel like I should. I think I've already grabbed them though. Crafting table. All right. I'd run that wood farm, but like, even though I'm still in the same chunk as it tends to break really easy. So you kind of have to, like, when you run it, you kind of have to watch it. I mean, it'll be okay, and I can fix it, because, hell, I fixed it a couple, like 100 times, but I'm just glad I had iron over there, man. I thought I was going to have to go AFK. I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish this today or not, but I still have at least 2 more sections I'd like to finish. And then basically do some touch-up work off camera. I don't particularly need this iron in my hand right now, but we're just going to drop it off in here when I do need it. Let's take this. And then now we have enough chest. Well, I thought we did. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to have to... Yeah, unfortunately I can't... Oh no, I can go one higher. Yeah, I'll take care of that when I get ready to decorate. Alright, so... I actually think No, I don't want to leave that open. That's silly. We'll just have it too thick. Boom. I'll put a picture up there or something at some point. Alright, so let's get our materials out to build with, or to... Get this stuff out of my way here. Man, I have to be careful. I'm telling you, man, I really do not want to freaking have to deal with that redstone up there. again. That dirt actually should be fine there. Now that one won't be. But this one will. Because you ain't going to be able to see it. Yeah. Alright, so let's build this guy's runway here. Boom. And then that is just enough room, I think. It's one separate. And then you can go boom, boom. Nah, I think we're gonna start turning it back this way. So, as much as I'd like to keep going that direction, I don't think it's ideal. I think we just might as well go ahead and start wrapping this sucker around. I don't know why I did that. I know I'm gonna, well, I just broke that. I know I'm gonna have to put a dude there. So if we go blah blah blah, and we do this, and we let him. Then this has got to be like that, and then we're gonna go. We need to throw a lantern up here. Dang, I'm down to 3 lanterns. Okay. Put it in that corner, and then. Alright, so. Well, we won't need that. Oh, well, that ain't gonna work. There we go. And then. So we're gonna lay out. Actually. Here, I think. Look at that. Oh, I need to... Did I already check this? Let me double check. There's stuff in here, right? Okay. Now, what are we gonna put? What are we gonna put in here? So this we have cactus, so we're gonna do sugar cane, I think. We'll use the rest of that stuff to test with. See, what I may do is maybe split up some of the other ones I had too, like for azaleas and carpet and stuff like that. Give them a little more space so I can, because what I'm trying to do is provide this stuff for the whole server. Now, whether or not they want to come over here and get it, that's not up to me. That's up to them. So. Just one piece of sugar cane, that's all I got. Alright, so let's get my things arranged here. So with that first, then that, then that, and then the glass. So we're gonna put this fella right there. Come on over here. I'll get him while he's working. We're gonna just set a lantern right there. Boom. Oh, yeah. And we're gonna clean out the rest of this area real quick. Seems like it's a little dark over here. I mean, it's probably fine, but... Alright, so should be moss in here? Yeah, okay. Everybody's still moving moss around, it looks like. I don't know what that fellow's doing over there. Okay, he's moving moss too. Now this project is not the Midgar build at all. I mean, yes, it is in my main base, but this is just a side project I took on because I was getting really annoyed at the situation that I was in with my storage. So I figured this would be a good little extra stream. Normally I only stream Minecraft on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, where we do a lot of building and everything, but this kind of refreshes your mind a little bit. You don't have to worry about too many things. You can, like, because it's easy to get burned out when you're working the same thing over and over again. Alright, I think I need to go one more up on this. Yes, I do. Okay. Look at that. Dirt. Not dirt. And messing with copper golems is kind of fun in its own right, because yes, we can do a redstone sorting system, but with copper golems, it gives kind of like life to your build too. You know, they're moving around, they're working, they're making noise. And I have a lot of decorating to do in here. I know this kind of looks weird right now, but this is literally how I started the other one. You know, the other side there. I just kind of wrapped everything around. Now this one, right here will be the last one I do in this on stream. So once we get this done, I'll move the rest of this build off stream, because I got kind of a lot of boring stuff to do. So there's 9 chests, which is what we want. Well, it's good to know I got more cobblestone, you know. Let's see, this will be easy. Now, yeah, this is where it's going to curve back around. But then I'll have an overflow chest over here, and yeah. Yeah, this one will be pretty straightforward compared to the other ones that I've had. So we're gonna put a lantern. Oof, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some boring stuff here in a little bit. So we're gonna put a lantern right here. No, I'm not. That's not where that lantern goes. We'll put the lantern right here. There we go, that looks better. And then we're gonna go bop, boom. So yeah, so we're going to wrap around right here. So we're probably going to want that chest. We want this chest. Yeah, we want this chest to be right here, and then we want the normal chest to be right there. And then we're going to take our hoppers. Put that in there. You know, you do enough of these, you start to get really quick with them. Just got to remember, like, not to block your chest off, because if they can't open it, they're going to ignore it. They will 100% ignore that chest. All right, we're ready to get that one fixed. So let's go ahead and grab that little bit of bamboo we have. And you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and drop some in there, because there's no way it's gonna make it all the way back here before we get finished. Aw. There we go. Yeah, and there. Now we have bamboo. Going through the system. Grab our golem here. Now, is there stuff in here? Good, he's already getting to work. There we go, buddy. Okay. So this is where I'm going to pick up building this next little section here. And actually, I'm not done with this one. I'm going to completely get done with this before I move on to something else. Okay. And then this will go up here. Yeah, so this actually needs to come out. Man, that's a lot of waste of space right there. If I was to bring that just this way, all the way over here, and then, or here, and go 1, 2. No. I think I want to go... Actually, I think I want to... yeah, so I want... see, I didn't want to do this right now. I'm going to end up doing it anyway, because... this is where I want the first chest to stick out, I think. Even with that wall right there. So for that to happen, and for it to make sense, I'm going to have to... do this. Oh, I blocked that chest. Huh. I completely blocked that chest. Sorry, dude. That's why there wasn't anything in there. I mean, I guess it's okay since... I mean, it's okay since I didn't really have anything going on over there anyway, but... so that'll go back in. That'll... okay, so we did get that in there. Then he's going to go... blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe I'll just get these started. And yeah, that'll be the last one. So why don't we just go ahead and finish that up real quick. So let me get his path built. And then he's going to... I think I want him to drop it. Yeah, he's going to drop it right here. Now there is a... and then we'll just put overflow chest. Okay. Let's go ahead and glass in the back of this. So that this right here is where my redstone is. This block right here. So I have to be real careful and not break that. In fact, I think once I'm done with this right here, actually just gonna use glass, I think. course, once again, I don't know why I went ahead and put this down, because I gotta get this done in here. Ugh, I need more lanterns so I can still get back here and see everything. But right now we're just going to leave that empty because there's really no reason to do anything with that right yet. At least until I'm ready to get it. Oh, jeez. I mean, I'll probably put a golem in here eventually, probably even today. I just want to make sure all this other stuff gets cleared out before I get too far ahead of myself. And it looks like all these guys are doing their job. Clear some of this moss out of the system. But, alright. That is where we're going to leave today. And, as usual, thank you guys for watching. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And tomorrow night we'll be doing our main build. And what I'll do is I'll finish this up, and then I'll show you tomorrow all the final decorations, and we'll get going. But I appreciate you guys, and thank you very much for tuning in.